A very good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting and energetic session of the STEM Webinar. My name is Neha Pal, and I will be your host for today's session. It's my pleasure to introduce the presenter for today's webinar, Mrinal Shah. Mrinal brings over 14 years of impressive experience in the language translation industry. In 2018, he founded the Sunday Bricks, where he and his team designs Lego workshop for children and the parents. Mrinal also leads teachers training program focused on integrating play into the classroom, an innovative approach supported by the Lego Foundation, where he is a lead six bricks facilitator. Before we dive into the session, let's establish some guidelines to ensure a smooth experience. Please make sure you all have the necessary materials ready to maintain a focused and uninterrupted session. Everyone will be on mute except for our speaker. The chat box will be activated as the session progresses. We encourage you to actively engage by asking questions and contributing to the discussion. At the end of the session, a feedback form link will be shared to receive the session certificate. Please complete the survey. Now, it's my privilege to hand over the session to Mrinal. We are genuinely excited to have you with us today and eagerly looking forward to you sharing your wealth of wisdom and expertise. Over to you, Mrinal.
Okay, hello, good evening, everybody. I hope you all are doing great. Good to be back here with yet another fun session. I always call them makinars. I know it's happening on web and we call them like webinars, but we're doing things, we're making things, and that's why it's apt and really good to kind of title it as a makinar, right? So that's what we're going to do. We'll build together and we'll do things together. Like Sneha just mentioned about some rules or kind of things that have to be noted. But I'm just going to remind you that when you registered, you were also given like a link to download some printables. There were like 4 pages. If you registered between yesterday and today, yeah, we kind of updated it because I skipped sending them the fourth page. So I hope you have it. And I'm just going to quickly show you how do they really look like. So that's one of the pages. That's another one. That's one more. And that's the final one, right? So there are 4 pages. It'll be great if you have it printed. You still have another 15 minutes if you have a printer handy. But if not, do not worry about it. You can always print it as and when required, maybe after the session, so that you can follow up all these activities with children, as and when you kind of do it in your school or your classroom or whatever setup that you are in. And apart from those printed sheets, we also have some material that you need to keep handy. And if I can just quickly remind you, there's like a small paper cup. It's better, of course, if you use a paper cup and not a plastic cup. Some ice cream candy sticks, any color or any form, that's good. We have these little, pom-poms or whatever that you call them, a very simple, accessible craft material. Some ribbon thread, and of course, it's a makinar, so you definitely need some sticking material like a sellotape or a glue, or, all of that is something that's required. Again, my request that please make sure that your cameras are turned on so that it's interactive and I'm also able to gauge through your expressions in terms of whether things are understandable, you want me to improvise or whatever it is. So it's great that if you can have your cameras on. Okay, great. So before we dive in, and as I know that we've just started and people will still log in, let's take a quick minute to understand where are you logging in from, right? I mean, which part of India are you logging in from? That's very important for me to know, and also for the team SAR to understand where are all the teachers coming in from. So just make use of the chat box. That's something that we will really use throughout our session. Make use of the chat as much as you can, and let's try and understand where are you really coming from, right? I mean, which part of India are you coming in from? Lovely. And if it's raining, add an emoticon with the rains or a clouds or something so we know it's raining there. Or if it's too sunny, whatever is the weather there, let me know So, just in 2 words, the city and an emoticon with the weather, we really know what are you experiencing in your part of India. Like we're such a huge country, so it's absolutely different at every place. Great. So I'm pretty much seeing that people are for now in the north. Okay, I could also see southern states people coming in. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing in the weather as well, right? I mean, you don't really need to log into the news channel, and we pretty much know here what's happening in every part of India pretty much here in the next 3 minutes, right? Lovely. Great. I mean, this is fun when you kind of interact with children in an online session and you ask them offbeat questions which they're not kind of programmed to deal with. It's just fun, opens up their mind and gets them excited that, okay, let's do this, let's do that. And that's what the teacher is making me think that that's lovely. Great. So let the sunshine come in, let the rains come in, and we're all ready and excited to bring in our session for today. Okay. Lovely. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and then we'll get going. Okay. Right. Sneha, if you can just tell me that you're able to see everything, because
Oh,
I'll be
yes.
on the screen. Yes. So if it's good for you, yeah, I'm just going to, lovely. And I'm just going to keep this here. I'll set my view. Okay. Got a nice background. And oh, by the way, if you've been following Olympics, if you've been following sports, the heartthrob of India, Neeraj Chopra, yesterday, he was a part of one of the events. Are you all following him? Do you know what happened yesterday? Yeah. And my son had a Marathi exam today. Like Marathi exam, language exams are so stressful. And he's still waiting, I mean, at night and wanting to see where does Neeraj Chopra stand after all that. I don't know whether it's fun or a mess that happened at Olympics, but yeah, great silver there and silver here, not that bad, pretty much going good. But yeah, I mean, just again a great thing to take children from one tangent to another tangent, get them back here, make them think. Thinking is what we really want our children to always do, right? Okay, great. So welcome back to my Makinar or our Makinar, and let's get going. And I'm just going to see. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go to the next slide. Right. Just a little bit of a recap. That's what I really do at the start of every session. We really need to know why are we doing this and what is STEM and all of that, right? Again, it's not a subject. I always repeat, it's a methodology, it's an approach, right? By which we're integrating science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. I mean, I'm really not getting into deeper the whole acronym because now we all know so well because we've been really talking about this across schools and across platforms and meetings that we really meet and greet in this world of education. So again, it's an approach and a methodology where we kind of infusing information and kind of giving children like a guiding point or a starting point through which we could kind of um, engage with them in form of inquiries, dialogues, and critical thinking, right? More about questioning, more about thinking, more about problem solving. That's what we're really trying to get out from here. Yeah. Well, why are we really doing this? Because when educators, few years back, when they thought, when they sat and discussed about what is it that the world is going to go through in the coming years, in the few decades, right? So we really will be in a stage where there's going to be a lot of automation. What is it that children will have to? What is it that they're going to really face, right? I mean, now we also know we have so many places where we talk about AI coming into it. As teachers, also, we use so much of AI to deal with things, right? So, what really remains for our children, or what really remains for the adults who are, kind of taking the world forward in future? What are they really expected to do, right? So, a lot of problem solving, a lot of critical thinking in every space, every domain that they really deal with, and with so much of tech coming in, with so much of automation coming in, we really want in a lot of children or a lot of students in future taking up STEM jobs, right? And STEM jobs, STEM related work is there in pretty much every field, right from taking care of the ocean, taking care of the earth, taking care of the sky, or the planets, and our space. Everything needs some part of STEM. So building an interest in STEM subjects, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and arts, is very important for us. And that's why all these make in us, and that's why so much of focus of STEM in our education, right? In fact, I would say that the non-STEM subjects like history, geography, or languages, that can also be infused with STEM and kind of, get two subjects aligned as well as build a lot of interest in children in these subjects, right? So again, last line, through STEM education, we strive to make innovators, educators, learners, and leaders for the next, the coming world or the coming century. Great. Starting STEM early is very, very important. Really, I mean, from the early years, pre-primary again is a great time to start with STEM. It's just because we want them to be curious. We want our children to be curious from the very start, right? We want them to have that sense of wonder that, oh, why is it like this? Okay, why is it that the traffic signal has red, amber, and a green light, right? We want them to ask these questions. Of course, teachers have to be ready to answer all of that, but this is why we just don't need to tell them that a signal has only these three colors, right? Maybe there's somebody who's ready to invent another form of a signal or whatever be it, right? Asking a lot of questions, right? Today's modern education, inquiry based learning or project based learning really demands that children ask questions and figure out how and when and why and all of that, right? And for all of this, we need a lot of tools, right? And when it comes to tools, it could be, the STEM tools that we really deal with, or projects in which we're kind of using day-to-day material, right? Even they become tools. But when we do all of this, kids are also doing a lot of imagining, a lot of pretending. Imagine I'm an astronaut and I have to come with a solution, right? You're not an astronaut, but you're pretending, right? A lot of making, a lot of tinkering, like tinkering in Indian words, if I have to really use, I mean, jugaad is the right term for it, right? We with make use of things that we have to solve a problem that we are kind of facing, right? And of course, with all of this comes, the observing, noticing, and understanding why this and why not, right? So starting STEM early is very important so that as these kids get older, they're kind of ready to ask questions and ready to kind of, think, right? That's what is really important. Okay, my talking part is done. I really want to keep talking less because it's a making hour, which means that we've got to do, we've got to think, we've got to use our hands and all of that. But to start with, I mean, I would really want that we all of us go through the history or a little bit or the origins of Olympics, right? Let's just understand where is it coming from. We know, not most, now that I'm really dealing with educators, we kind of will be able to easily answer that it's really coming in from Greece. But let's just understand a lot more fun information that we have around Olympics that I'm going to really play or kind of let you know through this short video, right? So Sneha, I'm going to just play. Just let me know with a thumbs up that you're able to hear the
Sure.
show. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, let's get this.
Yes.
Thousands of years in the making. What began as part of a religious festival honoring the Greek god Zeus in the rural Greek town of Olympia has today become the greatest show of sporting excellence on Earth. The inception date in 776 BC became the basis for the Greeks' earliest calendar, where time was marked in 4-year increments called Olympiads. What could it be? Why, it's the Olympic Games, of course. Competition fosters excellence, or so thought the ancient Greeks. In addition to sporting events, contests were held for music, singing, and poetry. You can read about them all yourself in classical literary works like Homer's Iliad and Virgil's Aeneid. Even mythical heroes appreciate a good contest every now and then, wouldn't you say? For the first 13 games, the ancient Greek Olympics featured just one event, the 200-yard dash. But over time, new, exciting contests like boxing, chariot and mule racing, and even a foot race where the competitors wore a full suit of armor enticed many hopeful champions into the Olympic Stadium. The combined running, jumping, wrestling, javelin throwing, and hurling the discus event known as the pentathlon inspired world-class competition. And the pankration, a no-holds-barred fight where only biting and eye gouging were prohibited, ensured the toughest men were victorious. And victorious they were. Nobody tops the local baker Coroebus, who in 776 BC became the very first Olympic champion. And we'll never forget Orsippus of Megara, the 720 BC Olympic victor who tore away his loincloth so he could race unimpeded, inaugurating the ancient Greek tradition of competing in the nude. Now there's a winning streak, if ever we've seen one. But all good things must end. In 391 AD, the Christian Roman Emperor Theodosius banned pagan practices, so the world soon bid a fond farewell to the Olympic Games. But just like those early Pancration athletes, you can't keep a good one down. And 1,500 years later, in 1896, the modern Olympic Games kicked off in Athens, Greece. Today, the Summer and Winter Olympics bring international world-class athletes together by the thousands, uniting fans by the billions for the world's foremost sporting competition. Citius, Altius, Fortius, 3 cheers for the Olympics.
Okay, and that was a little history about Olympics, which is so very important to know when you're kind of dealing with this STEM subject, or this topic for the coming month or for the coming months, right? And I mean, I have really seen the love and passion or the enthusiasm that children now have for Olympics, thanks to all the super sportsmen or the superheroes. I mean, I really call sports people as the heroes, vis-a-vis the ones that are in acting, but these are our real heroes who are representing, striving so hard for our country. It's great to show them what the real history is, right? But remember, in this class, when you are kind of dealing with a video or anything, the questions are really coming in from me, right? So I want to know whether you made some notes or were you able to remember. Let's see that, okay? Because just stop being in the moment now, thinking that you are the educator. But we really want everything that our children see, we want them to make simple notes so that they're paying really attention. And then let's see if we're able to get these answers from them. Okay, so let's just get the first question. And you have the chat box with you ready, you've got your keyboard with you, right? We do this fastest fingers first in our Makinar. I want to know, when was the first time that the games were held? Okay, something BC. So use your chat box and quickly type in what is the answer. When was the first time the Olympic Games? No, when, not where. When? When? Okay, let's get the answers. Ooh, somebody's making notes. Good. A lot of them are making notes. I like it. Yeah, even if you didn't make a note on the book, but a mental note is great. I always prefer mental notes, right? This is where it really needs to go in. 776 BC. Lovely. Okay, that's like that's like the maximum answer coming in. And that's great. Okay, everybody, thank you for remembering, or thank you for making a note of that. That is when really the first games were introduced. Okay, my next question. For several years, I think for about 13 years, they just did one sport. What was the only thing that happened for the first 13 years in Olympics? Come on, let's see if you can get that. Was it swimming? Was it kayaking? Was it basketball? Was it swimming? Was it fencing? Music? Okay, good. Lovely. I like it. And others are wondering, music to suna hi nahi tha. Nahi, but ye suna tha. Okay, I want that. I want that excitement in my classroom. Okay. Poetry, good. Make all the guesses. Okay, nice guesses. There's no harm in making a guess, right? And sadly, we do not even have an audience poll here because everybody is playing for this game. Okay, the first one was the race for 200 yards. Okay, yards. Okay, yards, not meters or all of that. 200 yards. Okay. Okay, good. So for certain years, Olympics happened and then it stopped. When did it really start again? When did it really start again? Okay. Yeah. Oh, and somebody's just added 1896 AD as well. Okay, great. Right? I mean, if you now have to really take this little topic, that little video, you've got so much here because you can really now talk to your children about the timeline. It's not easy for children to understand what is BC, okay, and what is AD. And if you start from BC, right, you start, if it's 100 BC, then you come to 99, 98, 10, 5, 4, and all of that. And then you come to 1 and 100 and, 1896 and all of that, right? So that's where you really come in from. It's a great thing to talk about timeline because that is what is also going to teach children about the number line, right? And then the integers and all of that is really easy to kind of get into them. So remember, you can infuse that little bit of a math in your children by just showing that little video and then explaining them about the timeline. A real fun concept to kind of explain them and easy for them to register because they will kind of remember the Olympics and whatever, right? I mean, this also makes learning history easier because you know where are you kind of moving in from. So that was one like nice takeaway for all the teachers who've been who kind of want to take this with their children, right? Good. So thank you for answering the questions. That's what we're going to be doing. We'll make and we'll kind of answer and all of that. Okay. So let's see what we've got next. What's our next activity? Okay. I've got a lot of things in front of me here, my screen and all. So I'm just going to. Okay. So we've got a very simple true and false happening here. Just again, we're warming up towards Olympics, right? We're kind of getting in all the questions and all. So let's get ready to answer the questions. Okay. So squash was introduced first in Olympics at Paris 2024. True or false? Right? Just make use of the chat box and answer these questions. Okay. Good. 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 Lovely. Remember, you have to think yourself. You do not have to follow what others are telling or others are typing in. Okay, that's not important. Okay, so everybody says Olympic was introduced first in, squash was introduced first in Olympics at Paris 2024. The answer is false. Okay, squash is still not a part of Olympics. Okay, is still not a part of Olympics, and hopefully we should have it really soon in Olympics. Okay, so I think in 2028 when we start in Los Angeles, that's when it could get introduced. But squash was not introduced in Paris. Okay, which means that no, I won't talk about that now. Later, I'll ask this question. Okay, okay, let's go to question number 2. Okay, somebody says I'm not cheating. Okay, fine, you're not cheating. Thank you. Okay, good. Next question. The 2024 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Tokyo is where the Summer Olympics were held in 2022. True or false? Right? 2020 Summer Olympics were held in Tokyo. Okay, true or false? Okay, lovely. True due to COVID. Okay. Well, it's not. Okay, so the answer is true, but not true due to COVID. It was already planned. It's just that COVID came in. So that was the sad part of it. Okay, so yeah, true. It really happened in Tokyo. Okay, let's look at question number 3. Breakdance or breaking was introduced at Paris 2024. Question number 3. True or false? Breaking or breakdance was introduced in Paris 2024. Yeah, the answer is true. And apparently it's not happening next year again. Okay. If you remember, there was some little fiasco around it, but breakdance started and now it's not happening. It really broke the whole spirit. Okay. But that's not happening. It's really fun to know why it's not happening. Okay. Okay. 2028 Olympics will happen in Barcelona. True or false? Everybody remember that I know you have Alexa, you have Gemini and all those lovely tools. Please do not make use of them right now. Try and think with the general knowledge that you have. 2028 Olympics will happen in Barcelona. Question number 4, true or false? Okay, the answer is false because it's happening in Los Angeles. Okay. Okay, the last one. Okay. Kabaddi will be introduced in the 2028 Olympics. True or false? Kabaddi will be introduced in the 2028 Olympics. True or false? This is last question, right? I love when the chat is like buzzing. Do. Okay, 300 chats already. I can see. I love it. And children love to do this as well, right? They don't want to sit and just sit and listen to the teacher, right? They want to kind of fidget with their fingers and their hands and all of that. Okay, good. The answer is false. Kabaddi is not coming in 2028, but hopefully, if India gets to host Olympics in 2036, India is really going to push hard for Kabaddi to come in. Okay. Now, why are we kind of doing all of this, right? What is the point of doing this? We want to infuse that element of geography into our understanding here, or into that little field that we're doing, right? With all the activities that we do now, which is all making and all of that, but that general knowledge, that geography around it is also something that we want to make it interesting when we kind of do our STEM topics, right? So bringing in non-STEM into STEM is very, very important. Remember that much, okay? And STEM can always help you to bring non-STEM in your topic, okay? Okay, great, lovely. So that was about the quiz. What are we really going to do next? Okay, before we jump onto games, before we start doing something, what have I got ready for you? The medals. Okay, these are our Olympic medals. So what we've got to do is very simple. It's a nice simple making activity. I'm going to give you, or imagine you are in my classroom and you've got these little sheets with you. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to cut these medals. Okay, maybe you can cut for now because we've got only that much time. I want you to cut any one of the medal that you like to cut, right? And then I'm going to give you some thread or a wool or some ribbon, and I want you to complete that medal. So I'm going to give you like 5-7 minutes. Cut it, fatafat, fatafat. Don't worry about the shape. Remember, you really don't have to worry about the perfect circle, right? Even the Paris bronze medal has started rusting a bit. So don't worry about it. This medal is okay if it's not really that great. Yeah, I mean, we've seen complaints about Paris medal not being that great, but yeah, but it's made with a lot of what material, recycled material and all of that. That's okay. Done. I mean, important is to win the medal. Don't worry about it. Yeah, somebody's raised a hand. Okay, you already cut it. Great. So remember, Pallavi. Yeah. So Pallavi. Yeah. So if you've got that medal cut, remember if you've got some colors or another color pen, I would want you to add some flavor to the medal. Right. It's your medal that you're designing. So what flavor do you want to add in that medal? Right. Every Olympic we have always different medals, though they always remember gold, silver, bronze, but the design and all of that changes. So if it's Sneha's medal, we need to have a pattern or a design for your medal, right?
Sure, yeah.
For the designer of this medal. So get in some thread, get in something, and make sure that you kind of have it ready to put on the medal, right? So, of course, that's my little gold medal, very simple, with just one color in it, the yellow color representing gold. But you can just take a minute, put in a ribbon, and let's make like a real one, because that's the first thing that we really want in a classroom where Olympics is being introduced as a topic. Bina medal ke, how can you ever have anything around Olympics, right? So if children have to win and participate in any activities, medal to chahiye. And how we've become, right? For everything, winner also gets medal. Lose, whether you win or lose, you get a medal. I don't like that concept, but anyways. Okay, so let's get our medals ready. If you are like a teacher or an educator dealing with early years or the pre-primary, remember there are a lot of safe scissors available in the market. Please introduce them. I mean, 4 is a good age to start giving them scissors. Remember, we talk about fine motor skills. That is also coming in from the scissors, right? So if you do not give them, how are we really going to develop or work on those motor skills? Okay, so let's get some medals ready. I've got my gold medal ready. I'll see if I can do some artistic work on it, add some engravings on it. I don't know what am I going to do, but it's really fun for children to design their medals. Okay. In fact, here the medals are designed, and you're going to just cut it and do it. But I would really recommend that older kids, like primary kids, design their own medals, right? It does not have to be circular. You could have some other shape also. And children will always have like some reason as to why they want to design it that ways, right? Every designer has a story in terms of why they're designing that. That's important to get out of from these children. Okay, thank you everybody. So many of you all are crafting and doing things right now. So I'm going to go at your pace. Yeah, use a ball pen or anything that you have now to color. Lovely. We can always see good medals coming in. Please take pictures and do send it to Sneha and the team at SAR, because they're going to be really happy to get these things from you all, right? And if you are, if they're generous enough today, they might just send you some nice gift for sending him that pictures of what you've been doing in a Makinar. Okay, if they're not generous, I can push them to kind of get generous. Okay, so don't worry about it. Anyways, but yeah, they've got like amazing books. SAR Publications has amazing books, and I can really push them. For all those who are sending pictures and tagging SAR and Mrunal somewhere, uh, I will make sure you get something from these guys. Okay.
We
Okay.
will
Anyway.
definitely try to do that, Mrinal. Yes.
Yes, lovely. No, always. Of course, the team is great, and I know they're really towards giving good stuff. Okay, good, everybody. One more minute to finish your medal. Uh, please try and come on the camera if you're doing this. Okay, and even if you are not, do come in. It just encourages people who are kind of doing it and making it and all of that. And at least me as a facilitator, I get happy to see people on screen rather than the black S2, S4, Apple, Oppo, iPhone, and all those names that come in. Okay, so I would really be happy. Doesn't matter if you're not making, don't worry about it, but just be there. Uh, let that human touch be there. Okay. Okay, last 30 seconds to go. My goodness, so many of you all are making and you're all hidden behind the cameras. Okay, good, lovely. Nice. Okay, so that, I mean, of course, in a classroom, we will have all the medals ready by children. And Pragya, you also have some elements of gold added onto it. My goodness, you're like so prepared for this making art. I'm so happy with that. Okay, that's great. Lovely. Great. And I think Poonam also has a nice flavor to it. She's got that little nice two strands coming out. Okay. And Pallavi's got like that peacock flavor to it. I think when India mein Olympics hoga, there's always going to be an element of peacock into it. Okay. So yeah, that's how we really, our national bird really comes in at a lot of places. Great, lovely, very, very good. And I think Arva is showing everybody, please take a picture. Like this is the best way to take a picture. Your medal and a selfie, and you send it to the SAR education team. They'll be so happy to get this. I'm telling you, they strive hard to get these makinars and webinars for all the teachers across India. This is all that we could do for them. Just send them pictures of your participation. Okay, so please do that. Good, lovely. And the ones who did not print, remember, any idea you get, just take a paper and color it and make it. That's what we want you to do. This time, 1.5 hours that you're with me, remove that hat of a teacher or a principal or everything and just be like a learner. That's what you're here to do, right? Just be a learner for this next 90 minutes. Okay, good. Let's move on because I want to make sure that we finish everything today. That's what my agenda is, and to give you as much material as I can for your next Makinar in your school. Okay. Okay, let's do another fun activity. Okay, we've got math coming in now. Okay. So much of fear and phobia around math. Okay, I don't know why that exists, but even I had that when I was young. But I still ended up doing engineering. Okay, but doesn't matter. But it's a beautiful subject if it's got to children in a fun and a playful way. Okay. Now, how does a sheet really look like? That's what this paper looks like. Okay, if you can all see, if you have it, if you can just show me, that'll be great. And I'm going to really take you through what you need to do is we're going to really run a news channel now. Okay, across the news you will hear which country has won what, and all of that is what you're going to really hear. Okay, now first what I want you to do is, I know there are like a lot of countries. I forgot how many countries. I should have done that homework as to how many countries participated this year in Olympics. But We are going to write in 6 names of countries here. So can you see at the bottom here, you've got space to add names of 6 countries, okay? So I want you to put India. Of course, India to aana hi hai, okay? So first is India, though we didn't get great medals, but still India to aana hai. Then it's USA, okay? So India, USA, Canada, South Africa, and China. Okay, so these are 6. I give you 5 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh God, I didn't put the 6th name. Yeah, let's use 5 names for now, okay, because that's how I prepared my activity. So we've got space to add 6 names of countries. You're just going to write the names. I will tell you the names again. Don't worry about it. It's India or Bharat, whatever you want to call it. USA, Canada, South Africa, and China. Okay, India, USA, Canada, South Africa, and China. Okay, so imagine that these 5 countries are now a part of Olympics. Okay, now what can we really see here? Okay, I'm just going to explain you how this thing really works. If you carefully see above the name of every country, actually it's pretty much here in front of you, right? Can you see this pointer here? If you all come on the shared screen, can you see the pointer?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. So these are the places where we put the names of the country. This is a gold medal, that's a silver medal, and a bronze medal. Okay. I would recommend you to have 3 colors with you to represent gold, silver, and bronze. So it could be like a black pen, blue pen, green pen, red pen, or a pencil. Any commonly available, right? Whatever that you have. Take a minute also if you want to run and get something. A crayon will also do, anything. But 3 colors is like a good thing to kind of work with. Okay. Okay. So about the name of the country, you've got 3 medals: gold, silver, bronze. Gold, silver, bronze. Okay. Right. Now, if you carefully see the the word country and above it, right, what's written here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? We're jumping 2 numbers, right? That's how we're really going in. If you are dealing with this activity with, up till grade 2, I would recommend you to keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what I really would recommend you to keep. But older kids can understand jumping numbers or even numbers or odd numbers. So I'm trying to keep the level a bit high, but you can always scale it down, right? That's what you can really, really do with this. Okay. So if I say that today India has won 2 golds, okay, if I say India has won 2 golds, sorry, I am just going to color this. Can you see that? What I'm doing there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so India has won 2 golds. That's what I did here. Today, if this one is USA, okay, let me just put it here. USA. Today, USA has won 6 bronze. So I'm going to just color it here. 6 bronze. 2, 4, 6. That's what I'm going to color it. Right? That is an example. Do not do it now. I'm going to tell you what we'll do. That was just an example. If you started doing, don't worry about it. You can ignore it. But I was just an example, okay, as to what you're going to do. If I say India has won 5, if I say India has won 3 medals, example, don't do it now. That's going to be 2. And then I'll put a line here and then just cover. That's half, right? So we're kind of showing them half, fraction, and all of that. We're really getting into that bit, but without telling them that, okay? So I'm just going to get rid of all of this. My sheet is clean now. Good. So what I'll do is I'll give you a piece of news, and depending upon what you hear, you are going to kind of color that sheet, okay, with whatever information that you hear. So as a teacher, you've kind of understood that we will be making like a bar graph, right? I'm sure that you've kind of figured that out, right? That the bar graph is getting in now. Sorry, there's so many things here. Okay, ready everybody? All, I hope you all understood the drill. Everybody who are not in the camera, would you want to use the chat box and tell me that you've understood the drill? If you can just put in yes, that'll be great, right? The ones whom I can see, I know their expressions tell me if I'm making sense or not. But the others, please use yes and no to tell me if all is good. All is well. Yeah, that's the terminology. Yeah. Okay, all is well. And somebody said all is well as well. Okay, thank you for using my lingo. That's nice. Okay, good. So, yes, all is well. And let's get ready to hear what's happening at Olympics 2024. Okay, so it's 15th August today, and it's a great day for India because it's also the Independence Day. And today, India has won 2 gold medals in swimming. And along with that, the tally of USA as per 15th August is 12 silver medals. Okay, so today on 15th August, India has won 2 gold and USA stands at 12 silver medals. Okay, so it's going to take a while for you to color and all of that. So please do it, right? Okay. And the ones who are doing it on, I mean, and not in front of the camera, please use the word DONE done and tell me, and I will know when to give in my next instruction. And people on camera can always give a thumbs up. Okay. Right. Good. It's 16th of August, and India is again doing so good because it has won 3 silver medals in fencing. Okay. And South Africa has won 3 gold medals in wrestling. So India has won 3 silver today, and South Africa has won 3 golds today. And the news has just come in that before the end of the day, Canada has won 4 silver medals in swimming. I love it. Everybody's so busy working. So nice. That's what we want in our classroom, no? They're all figuring out numbers, they're all figuring out positions. So good. Mind is rushing, mind is working. Okay, good. And welcome to 17th of August. And today has been a great day for United States because today they've won 9 gold medals in athletics. United States has won 9 gold medals in athletics. And China also wins 6 silver medals in wrestling. While United States has won the gold medals, China has won 6 silver medals. Okay, make sure that you're putting the right shades, using the right color. And 17th August today has also been great for India because India wins 4 bronze medals in javelin throw. India wins 4 bronze medals in javelin throw. Okay, just few more to go. Okay. Okay, it's 20th of August, and as of today, Canada has 13 bronze medals. As of today, Canada has 13 bronze medals. And South Africa has recorded 8 silver medals. And South Africa has recorded 8 silver medals. Okay, all those on the chat, remember to use the word done when you're done. I'm going slow as much as I can. And the ones on the camera, always thumbs up works. Okay, good. Another great day for USA gymnastics team because they've won 4 bronze medals in gymnastics. And at the same time, China wins 8 gold medals in gymnastics. So 8 golds coming in for China and 4 bronze medals coming in for USA. Last 2 days of Olympics remaining, and let's see what are the other countries going to do. Who still is ready to clinch on some gold medals? Okay, lovely. Second last day of Olympics, and in surfing, South Africa wins 8 bronze medals, and Canada gets 3 gold medals in surfing. Canada gets 3 gold, and South Africa gets 8 gold, 8 bronze medals. Okay, final day of Olympics. And here we get to know that China wins 6 bronze medals in karate. China wins 6 bronze medals in karate on the last day of Olympics. And here we come to the end of Olympics, then, and we of course wait for the next 4 years to come in. But now it's time to figure out which country has got how many medals and on the chart, which country comes on top. Okay, so I would really give you next 3 minutes to do all that calculation. Try and figure out how many medals in total India has won in total, which means that silver plus gold plus bronze is equal to in total how many medals. You can write it here under the name of the country, total how many medals. Okay, so let's just do like a recap. In total, India has won, if you can use a chat box, we can just put there, in total, India has won, okay, 9 medals. Okay, lovely. In total, United States has got, in total, United States has got 25 medals. That's correct. Canada has got 20 medals, 2020 for Canada. And I love it. People already know my questions. They're all predictable. So, okay, right. South Africa in total has 19 medals. Okay. And China in total has 20 medals. Right. I hope your calculation was correct. Right. Trust me, there was really no need to tell them addition, subtraction, and all of that. Arithmetic happening here. They kind of know they've been doing that. And that's a fun way to get that math coming in your classroom. Okay. Okay, good. So India with 9 medals, USA with 25 medals, Canada on 20 medals, South Africa 19, and China 20. Now, if you have to really extend this, I would ask you to put them in ascending order, descending order, depending upon what you want to drive in your classroom, the way you want to really drive this in your classroom. Okay. The bar graphs are already there, right? Would you want to just take a minute and show us how does your bar graph look like? Okay. How does your graph really look like? Okay, great. I love the colorful graphs that have come in. Remember to take pictures of all of this, okay? Every picture counts for a good book from SAR Education. My goodness. I'm promising too much. Anyways, but yeah, but no, that could happen. Okay, I'm sure it could happen, right? So yeah, let's see what you've done. Pretty much, I mean, children will be able to compare all of that. It's a fun. Okay, good. Let's try and understand which countries got maximum gold medals. I'm just going to run this activity for another 2 minutes and then we'll stop. But which countries got the maximum gold medals? Type it in the chat box. Yes, USA. Okay. Which country has got the least number of medals in Olympics? Look at my language. Okay. I'm trying to get in that element of grammar in here. Okay. Which country has won the least number of medals? Okay. India. Okay, good. Which two countries have won the same number of gold medals? Which two countries have won the same number of gold medals? Yeah, it's, I think, Canada and South Africa. Yeah, as because I saw some people. No, Canada and South Africa, right? I think that's what my list also says. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Absolutely. So I want you to carefully look, and I want you to also remember gold medal has the highest priority. Okay, if you win one gold medal, but if you win 10 bronze medal, but your position is still higher because of the gold medal. Okay, so Canada has won 20 medals, right? Sorry, Canada has won 20 medals, and China has also won 20 medals. But whose rank is going to be higher in the Olympic chart? Canada has also won 20 medals. China has also won 20 medals. But on the final tally, which country's rank is going to be higher up? Yeah, it's going to be China because of the number of gold medals. Okay. It's not easy for children to know this as to why why Pakistan got one gold medal because of that champion javelin thrower, and India got 9 or 8 medals, but still Pakistan was 10 up in tally. It is only because of the number of gold medals, right? So gold is always a priority, then that gets you higher up, right? So it's a nice learning for them, and of course with a lot of math and a lot of data analysis and statistics and all of that we've kind of really infused in this activity. Okay, great. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I would love to jump on to the next one. But great way to bring in math and a non-STEM subject like a sport into this activity. Okay, works great, and children are so attentive, and they really love to do such an activity in the classroom. Okay, so we've made the medals. We've done like a medal tally chart. Let's move on to the next activity, and let's see what we've got to do. Okay, it's time to build a hockey game. Okay, it's time to build a nice hockey game. So if you have been in a position to print this, that's great. But I will also show you what it looks like. So for all those who haven't printed this, you can use a piece of paper and just use a pen or a marker and just recreate this. Okay, so that's how a hockey stadium or a hockey ground or I wouldn't say pitch, but a hockey ground really looks like. Okay, that's how a ground of an hockey looks like. So can you all just quickly get this ready for the ones who do not have it printed? And I'm just going to see how many of you all are on camera. Again, a request, get onto the camera, people. I want to deal with humans. Okay, it's just great to deal with people. Yep, great. Okay, nice. Okay, and I saw the boss coming in as well and smiling that people are really getting in things and he's happy. And remember, I've been promising Abhishek from your side the books that need to go to people who send in their photographs. Okay, so I know I have that liberty to do it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that. Okay, good. So let's get the hockey pitch ready, everybody. And I'm going to tell you what are we going to do with this, right? And with the pitch or with the hockey ground that we have, we also need the players. Okay, so here are our hockey players. Now, if you carefully see the helmets that they're wearing, can you all figure out what's wrong with this? Can somebody who wants to type in the chat box and tell me what's wrong with these hockey players? What's wrong, and Why are they wearing a helmet? Why are they wearing these helmets? Have you all seen our Indian hockey players, all of them wearing helmets? Yep. Well, the goalkeeper definitely has to wear that helmet and the padding and all of that. But the normal players don't wear it. This is pretty much coming in from ice hockey. Okay. So we really want them to know like a differentiation, or we really want them to talk and all of that and rethink and kind of visualize and go back in the memory that, oh, I've seen players like these who play hockey, but I don't see the Indian players like this, right? I mean, India doesn't play ice hockey, but there are others who play ice hockey. So that's pretty much like coming in from ice hockey. Okay, so again, that was like a little bit of a thinking and all of that, right? But I want you all to cut these oval shapes. Okay, so at least get 3 players, right? At least get 3 players. That'll be good. Decent cutting around it. That should be good. That's how my players look like. Where are my players hiding? Okay, there we are. Okay. Yep. So these are my hockey players. So let's use 2 players from one team and 1 player from another team. Okay. So maybe 2 blue and 1 red, or 2 red and 1 blue, whatever you want. And if you're using black and white, just add some color around it. Now that's how you'll know who are the team members. Just add some color around it, or a dot, blue dot, or a red dot, or a green dot, whatever that you want to add around it, and you will be kind of able to make out ये कौन से team के लोग हैं, ठीक है? Otherwise, it'll become like that school game. Na, we do that self goal and all. Children forget which team they are in, and they put the goal in their own team. I remember that used to happen at least when I played, right? And then the whole world pounces on you. Are you put the goal in our own goal. You kind of benefited out the other team, and all that excitement and happens. It's so difficult to remember where is my goal post and where is the other team's goal post, right? And everybody's in like civil clothes, or just normal clothes. But anyways, that's fun. That's just some memory or a nostalgia coming in from games. Okay, take a minute to cut. Remember, 2 reds and 1 blue, or 2 blues and 1 red, whatever that you really want to do. Okay. So we've got our hockey players cut. We've got our little stadium ready, right? Nice. I'll tell you what to do, okay? But remember, taking pictures, taking selfies with whatever you cut, whatever you make, is your time to shine, is a time to send things to SAR and claim all the goodies. Yep. Okay, good. So the stadium is ready, or the ground is ready, the players are ready. Okay. Now what we've got to do, remember, we've got that little candy stick, right? I want you to convert this into a hockey bat, right? Or what do you call them? What is it called? Hockey stick. Sorry. Oh God, stick. Yeah. Everything is not a bat or a racket. It's a hockey stick. Okay. So remember the hockey stick as something here, like a base. Would you want to use paper, cardboard, foil? What do you want to use and make the little base? I'm not going to tell you. It's when we allow, or we want our children to think, right? Let them use the right material. What is that, Miss Poonam? Is that the earbud? Oh, lovely. That's cool. I didn't even think of it. How nice. See, children give you so much. I mean, learners give you so many ideas. Okay, so she's got an earbud. Good. Okay, so that's a foil paper hockey stick that's ready. Yeah, I mean, that's what I could also think of it, like a nice one. And where's my hockey stick? Oh, my hockey stick is here. Okay, so here is my little hockey stick. Simple, right? Please don't make it like the Christmas candy, right? It has to hit the ball, now. So yeah, a straw is also great to bend it, and that becomes absolutely like a hockey stick. In a STEM class or in a STEM session, remember there is no right or a wrong answer. For every answer, there is a justification, and we need to seek those justifications. Okay, and children can always test it, operate it, and rebuild it, retest it, and they can come up with new solutions and new variations depending upon how and when and all that goal making is happening. Okay. Great to see so many people building it and doing it together along with me. Thank you very much for being a part of this. It just motivates me as a facilitator when you all come in and showcase what you all are building. Okay, great. The hockey sticks are ready. Okay. And great hockey sticks are produced in India, just for your information. India produces great hockey sticks. Okay. Uh, okay, so that's a hockey stick ready. How are we going to really play this game? Okay, that's what is important. So, what is important is now I'm going to just tilt my camera a bit, okay, so that you can see what we're going to do. That's my little piece of paper that you can see. That's like the goal post here and a goal post here, as you can see. Now, what I want, again, we're going to do a little bit of a thinking here. These are my players. I want my goalkeeper to stand here. What are you going to do so that your goalkeeper stands here and your two players? Okay, let's say my blue is my goalkeeper. My goalkeeper stands here and my two players are in front of the goalkeeper, ready to hit the goal. How will you make these three people stand? Okay. Yeah, however you want to do it, please put it up and make sure that they're all standing. Okay. Again, as I said, no right answer, no wrong answer, depending upon the material you have at that moment available. And remember, in schools, we don't have great material to offer because we've got so many children to kind of consume that material. So we kind of use as simple material as possible. I'm going to give you a simple solution that I designed. I have just tilted my ice cream candy stick a bit and I have glued some part of it, and it's still in that broken state. My ice cream candy is still in the broken state, and I'm just going to do a quick test. Yeah, that's what Pallavi told me, right? Test karna hai, aise karo. And I'm like, okay, let me take that idea from you. Okay, great. That's a great test, right? Yeah. So test it, operate it, right? And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then you think of another plan or an idea. Okay. You might not have a candy stick, you might have something else. Now, the fan is going to be nasty or a spoiled sport here. So take care of that in your classroom when you're dealing with children. Uh, Fans don't support, STEM activities because it keeps pushing things and all that happens. But yeah, the learning really is coming from fixing, planning, deciding how they stand, how do you build a hockey stick and all of that. Okay. Now, how should we really play this game? Okay. And where's the ball? Oh, goodness. Where's the hockey ball? What are you going to do to make the hockey ball? Okay. So, one option is definitely this one because that is what you figured out. We could use that. Okay. Try and use your hockey stick and see if you're able to hit your ball. Are you able to hit your ball with the hockey stick? Right. That's like a first test that you have the right pair of a hockey stick and a hockey ball, right? Are you able to work on it? Okay, good. Right? If not, you could all, like somebody's putting it in the chat, use some crumpled paper or a crushed paper that can also become like a ball. Some kids might say, let's use clay, but remember, they might forget that it's so heavy and it has that sticky element to it. The clay is not going to really move in faster. Then they'll come up with another solution. Foil paper is also good to make a nice little ball for your hockey. Or what else we could use? What did I see? There's somebody who made a little ball out of those strands of wool as well, right? So many options. Okay. No right answer, no wrong answer. Important is to make and do. Okay, good. So, how do we play this game? Right? A lot of excitement is there to create the elements. That's what we want. If you are dealing with older kids, I would want you to infuse that English element to it, wherein you're going to say that you are the referee of this game. Can you list down 5 rules that you want in your hockey game? Okay. Remember, non-STEM needs to come into STEM, right? So let's I don't want you to do it now, but I'm just trying to throw in some ideas that allow children to script on a piece of paper 5 rules that they want to add in this game if they were the referees of this game. Okay, so let's say you give them 15 minutes to write the rules and all of that. Okay, great. So how do we play this game? Okay, there is no one way to play this game. I would really make it as a two-player game in a classroom. Two people on the bench, they've got a stadium, they've got their players. Let them come up with an idea on how really they can play this game. Okay. One simple way that I would suggest, okay. Okay, let's just go through this. Okay, what I've really scripted here on top that you can see. Sneha, can you see my sheet with the players and all? Everybody, can you come on the screen and see what I'm really trying to show you? Okay. We need a team of 2 people or a 4 people. So let's say it's happening on a bench with 2 people. Cut the players, okay. Add some support so that every player is standing. Create your own hockey ball with foil paper and a hockey bat with ice cream stick. You could remove with what they want to build depending upon the age of children. If you are dealing with smaller children, you think it's important to tell them with what material to build, it's okay. Use hockey ground, sketch, and get ready to play hockey. Define your rules and may the best team win. Okay, defining rules is most important here. I don't want to give them rules because when we talk about critical thinking as an aspect coming in from STEM learning, that comes in when they are thinking, when they are designing things, right? So allowing them as a team to define rules of the game is most important than all the other thing that we've really done in this activity. Okay, so allowing them as a team to define rules is the key takeaway from this thing. Again, a very simple thing I would do if I would play this game. Okay, I'm just again tilting my camera a bit down if you can see. Everybody, you can see me, right? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, okay, good. I am not able to manage that, but Sneha, I know that I hope everything is good in terms of what they see and what they don't see,
Oh,
right?
yes, yes, definitely, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we
good.
are able to see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just tilting it here. One player gets an opportunity to add the goalkeeper wherever that they want to add. Okay. Let's say the goalkeeper is here. And yeah, we're going to add some little weight here so it stays here. And then the other team member has an opportunity to use the bat and, like strike a goal or something. Ideally, if it hits the goalkeeper, it's not a goal. But if it passes on the other side and all of that, you win a goal, right? So let them define their rules. That's not important. We anyways have a lot of rules in this world. We don't want to create rules for children. Let them define their own rules. That's really most important for them to kind of work and trust me, kids will come up with wonderful rules. It's okay. Okay, in our game, we will have 3 players, and then you try and hit. The ball has to go through any player or whatever that they come up with. That's not important. But defining rules, making the stick, making the ball, cutting that, and giving it a support, all of that was a great learning here, and combined with hockey and all of that, right? So yes, that was pretty much this game of hockey. Anybody, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to ponder on, like a minute to ponder on. If you've got some questions coming in, people who are not on the camera, you want to just talk to me a bit, put in a sentence or a statement about the hockey game. What do you think? How do you think you're going to use this? Or do you think it's going to be great with your children? Which grade can really use this? Type all of that. Talk to me. That's what I want. I want to hear from you all. How do you think, who's going to be really using it in your classroom? You think it's an easy? How was hockey made? Oh, how's hockey made? With a candy stick and the foil paper. That was my hockey stick, but I saw people using straw. I saw people using earbuds. Um yeah, great game for class 1. Okay, yeah. Twigs, yeah, you could use twigs. Yeah, grade 2. Okay, great. Yeah. Teaches also the concept of friction. Okay, lovely. That's great. Um, Again, that's a bit deeper, but if you've got older kids, I think they would be able to understand better. It can be used for addition for grade 1. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, add the number of goals and all of that. Great, lovely. Class 2 and 3 would be better. Okay. So I know that this is coming from your experience, depending upon how you deal with children and what you really do. Prepositions. Okay, lovely. I want to know how is it that we use this for prepositions. Okay. Such a great thing coming in here. We have done one activity for grade 3 where made their tool for picking their ping pong ball. Also, they had a match. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am curious, or I am really excited to know how would you use it for prepositions. Okay, we can teach working together and follow rules. Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of communication, a lot of collaboration is coming in along with critical thinking. The four C's that we talk about in the 21st century skills, yes, pretty much coming in. Okay, that's definitely here. Great. New vocabulary for grade one. Yeah, vocab building in every activity is definitely there. I mean, it's coming subconsciously, a lot of it that they're learning in, right? We can use behind, in front of, besides. Okay, lovely. Placement of the players and the ball can be used to talk about the positional words and all of that, right? And you can actually physically move as per the instructions of the teacher. Yes, absolutely. Great, great. So good. One idea is sparking in a lot more ideas. That is what we want, right? That is what we want. And commentary. Yeah. Asking some children to design or script the commentary. Wow. That would be great. Remember those children who just do not want to do things, do not want to write things, but they're so good at talking. I think a great time for them to, kind of get in those skills. Okay. Lovely. I wish I had a teacher who believed that okay, fine, you're not great at mathematics or something, but we know you're good at talking. Come on, you do your bit, okay? And you add to all of this, add your flavor. Okay, great. Thank you everybody for putting in your thoughts. That's very important. And let's jump onto the next one, okay? Because we still have about 15 minutes and I would still want to cover up things. Where am I? I'm just going to check here. Okay, pretty much there. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty much there. We're pretty much there. But let's do another fun bit. I think the activities or the building part happened at a much faster pace, which is good. But I think we need to keep the last 10 minutes for the Q&A and all of that, but that's fine. But yeah, we've got another quiz coming in, and always a confusion, right? What racket is for which sport? Okay. No, and then I have one more thing. Oh God. Okay, come on. Yes, yeah. Okay, I am going to identify or circle the racket and you're going to tell me for what sport this is used. Okay, come on, this one. Chat box is what you use. Ooh. See, you all have done so much of making and crafting and all that, right? Thinking I have to just get you a bit, uh, kind of simpler. Okay. Yeah, this one is a tennis racket, okay? This one is a tennis racket, okay? Come on, let's do this one. Oh, I'm very excited to know if you all are able to get this. This one. No, don't say third wala ye hai, fourth wala ye. Just look at the pointer. Come on, this one. Handball mein you don't need a racket. Okay, it starts with P. It's not ping pong ball, okay? Don't tell ping pong and all that. Okay, this is from the sport, like a very upcoming sport called as pickleball. That's the name of the sport, okay? Pickleball is the name of this sport. Very, very upcoming sport, okay? Okay. This one, though, everybody in India knows. Come on, but still, let's see. Full India knows this. Okay, yes, badminton. How about this one? With the brown padding. Brown padding, this one. Okay, table tennis, lovely. And I read about that sad news, a 24-year-old TT player not wanting to play TT and retiring. Oh goodness. Abhi to shuru kiya hai khelne ke liye, but anyways, sad. Anyways, what about this one? Where is this racket coming from? Where is this racket coming from? Lovely. Yeah, this is coming in from squash, okay? Of course, we're not building in rackets today, but building racket is again another great fun STEM activity, and you will really understand the children will gather information like the friction that we spoke about, or the tension by which you really, put the net and all of that. If you've ever gone to a sports shop and see how they really fix the badminton net and all of that, it's wonderful to see what happens when the net becomes loose, right? You've seen, right? वो हिट ही नहीं कर सकते उसको, वो ऐसे पूरा लूज लूज हो जाता है. But the moment it is tight, it just gives you a nice smash and all that really happens. Yeah, somebody just mentioned repulsive force, right? I mean, it just the ball or the shuttlecock comes and zoop, it goes back. But वही अगर ऐसे होता है तो it'll just stay there only. हम वो फंस जाते हैं, right? You see, no shuttle getting stuck in that racket ka net and all that funny things that used to happen when we played. Anyways, that was a nice simple racket quiz, and a lot of children do not know how to differentiate, but a fun way to kind of get them in love with sports and all that. Okay, my final making activity, I want to still focus on making. That's what I really want to do. What are we going to do? Let's just make a simple basketball game. Okay, so what are we going to do? Objective is to let's score some baskets, which means that a ball that we make has to get into a basket. The ball must land into the basket to score a point. Obviously, that's like a challenge or an objective together. We've got a, what are we going to use? Okay, I'll be a little specific with what we'll use here. Paper cup, ice cream stick, some thread, and a foil paper. Let's use the foil paper to make the basketball. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And our paper cup is our basket. Okay, and we'll design a fun game. I actually wanted to show you an Indian toy, but for some reason I was not able to find it today. But there's a fun classic Indian toy, which is like a great example of how you could build a nice ball and a basket game. But once we create it, you will remember the game. Okay, so let's just understand this team process. Okay, now if you are as a school, if you subscribe to the SAR education books, you will see that this is really the process that they follow in every STEM book or in every STEM topic that they're really dealing with, right? It really starts with asking questions to children around the topic, right? So have you ever seen a basketball match? Okay, or how many players play in each team? Okay, or how does scoring happen in a basketball match, right? So there's a lot of asking, there's a lot of discussion, there's a lot of inquiry happening around the topic, right? We want to get them into that topic, so let's just let them think and let them understand. Of course, you could take help of videos and all of that to kind of get this information getting into children. Okay, we've got to make a nice simple basketball game, so let's just plan for it. Okay, so look at our material. Okay, and using our area. Now all the SAR education books, they always come with a little sketching area where children can actually sketch what they want to create and what they want to make and all of that. So right now you could use your piece of paper as to how would you make a game that you self goal. Okay, I'll demonstrate the game because we are in short of time. Otherwise I would have asked you to probably think more. But as per the plan that we've got, right, let's just kind of use our material and build this game. Okay, so let me quickly show you what I have crafted here, and then we'll see if you're able to make something like that. Okay, so okay, good. I am just going to mend something here that just got sorry, it happens. I remember one of the makinars that I was doing with ice and all, and something weird happened and things were just not working the way I wanted to work. Okay, but here's the game that I've made. That's my little basket that you can see. Here's a stick, candy stick or an ice cream stick. Okay, and I've got a ball. I've got like a little TT ball with me, but you can always use a foil paper ball or any other ball that you have. And I have actually made a little connection with my cup and a thread and the ball. And my aim is to get the ball in the cup. Okay, we've played this game. Okay, we've done it as children, right? So I want you to design this game, and I forgot what is this Indian game called. Okay, so we throw it up and we get this in our little cup. Okay, very, very interesting activity when you do this in your classroom. Okay, they all, yeah, there's another thing that you get. That's fancy. That's something that's recreated, right? But there's an Indian toy as well around it, and that's what I'm really looking at. So you throw up and you try and get it. I can give you like 5 minutes if you all want to really do this. Okay, we have that much time, but it's very simple. Even after demonstrating, you will see that children will struggle. Dhaga kahan lagana hai? Ball ko kaise jodna hai? How are you going to put the ice cream candy stick? Where are you going to do? I'm not going to show you all of that. Okay, so I'll demonstrate the game now and you recreate that. And I'm so happy that every time I take a shot, it's going in the basket. Okay, it's just keeping all the embarrassment aside, right? As a facilitator, I want to make sure everything is perfect and it's really happening that well. So I'm really happy about that. So take 2 minutes, design the game, and let's see how you do it. Okay. I'll keep this aside, but all those on the chat, everybody on the chat, hello everybody. I hope you all are there with me. Yeah, nice one for the basketball. And I'm going to add some more flavor to this, by adding that little, you see, that's what really goes behind the basketball ring, right? So you want to add that, it's going to be fun. But it's pretty much there for you to see and evaluate. But again, I'm just going to show, right? Yep, it works. Don't think I've been doing this practice all night yesterday. Okay, no, that's not happening. But the ones who are not building this, okay, let's get in from you as to what skills are children developing when they work on an activity like this, okay? The ones who are making, please continue building. But in the chat box, let's hear what skills are children working on or developing when they build a game like this. Okay, cognition, a lot of cognition coming in, fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination. Okay, what else? Balance, what else? Motor, logical, hand-eye coordination. What else? Concentration, yes, yes, right. Absolutely. Trust, okay. Yeah, trust yourself, very important. You can do it. Yeah, of course, a lot of physical confidence building. Yes, very much, very much. Every game has so much connection with the confidence part of it or the self motivation that we really talk about. Yep. So happy that these thoughts that you all have are coming in. Adaptability, flexibility, yes, too much. I would say adaptability and flexibility can really go with the cognitive flexibility part of it, right? It's pretty much going with the cognition. And for everybody who finds the word cognition a bit foreign or something that's messy, don't worry. Whenever we're talking about cognition, it's about brain. Okay, that's what you really remember. Anything around cognition is pretty much dealing with brain. Okay, gravity and momentum. Yeah, lovely. Absolutely. Yep. Outdoor game getting turned into an indoor game. Lovely. Of course, you can do this game anywhere. And I'm telling you, when they make this in the classroom, trust me, all the way this is going in. I mean, for the entire day at home, people are doing this, children are doing this, father gets to do this, mother gets to do this, grandparents get to do this, everybody gets involved. And every time they score, they do not score, it is so much of happiness for children. Okay. And while the adults do it, the children are also focusing and trying and understanding. Acha, ye log kaise kar rahe hain? Oh, aise kiya, aise kiya. You know that getting in ideas is so important, right? And if you've got a colleague around you, please ask them to take your videos when you're doing this. Come on, do this, everybody. It's so much fun. Building play memories is so good, With all the phone, that time that we spend on the phone, we're just not creating those tangible memories. And tangible is memories that are tangible are always easier to remember. Okay, remember that. And if Shefali is listening to this, I'm sure she can recollect to what I'm just speaking, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, students are always excited about sports, or I would say that, we kill in all that desire for sports with the sad structure that we've curated around our education that really kills all the spirit of sports. But let's give them some way to enjoy and build and create and make and tinker and all those words that we used at the start of the right. I'm so happy. Sneha so happily engaged. She forgot that she's a moderator of this.
Oh, yes. And I am trying to score the goal as well. I'm trying very hard.
That's great. Don't worry. I mean, my classroom, everybody has to become a kid. That's how you need to be. Okay, don't worry. I'll manage the making. You enjoy your play.
Done. Yeah,
Yeah,
great. Thank you.
good. You got a score. Okay, great. Pretty much there. I hope you enjoyed building this game, right? I mean, do this in your classroom. It needs barely any material. Okay, it's so easy and so much of learning coming in here. But again, a last slide. I found these very interesting books online which are dealing with sports, okay, and the superheroes of India, which I call the sports people are the real superheroes of India. So nice books. Again, they're coming from different publishers and all of that. That's not important for me, but it's important that by the end of this Makinar, you take away some information and idea that you can really take in with you, around this topic. And please do Olympics as a topic in your school. It's like fresh. They've already heard about all of this. An entire month of August was all about Olympics. So please, it's very much fresh. If you have time now, please, kind of do this with children in your classroom, right? So I am pretty much done for the day, and I'm just going to stop sharing now. I hope you'll enjoyed. And of course, Sneha will now take over and do the needful.
Great. Thank you so much, Pranal. It was a wonderful session. Now we are open for the Q&A. I request our lovely audience. We are open for the Q&A session. I request you to kindly post your questions into the chat box and we would happy to answer it.
And please don't forget the photos and videos, right? That's so important for the team SAR Education. They're striving so hard to get all these webinars and makinars only for you all, only for your professional development. Yes, attendance link will come in. So important.
Very soon we are going to share the attendance link. Yes. So I request our lovely participant, if you have any question, if you want to express your heart, if you want to say anything, either raise up your hand, we will unmute you, or keep posting your questions into the chat box. We would happy to answer it.
Somebody called Arva is asking, where do I post the photos?
So we are onto the social networking. I request you to either post your questions and tag us either on the LinkedIn or the Instagram. Yes.
Well, I'd be happy if you want to just, turn on your mic and speak in terms of what activity do you think that you're going to take immediately to your classroom, right? What is it that you would want to immediately do in your classroom? Please feel free to express what you feel. Yeah. And of course, for all the messages about wonderful session and all, no, thank you very much. And we'll soon have another wonderful. In fact, of all the makinars that we've done on the SAR education platform, everything is pretty much there on their YouTube channel. You can please go anytime and refer to all those videos. And if there's a request, we could always send in the material that was associated with those makinars. So please make use of those recordings as well.
So Mrinal, we have one question into the chat box that is from Miss Bini. She's asking like from which grade onwards we should start teaching about the circuits to the students.
Well, I mean, the time that they know something is called as electrons, or what moves from one. I mean, when they know the concept of energy and all of that is when you really need to talk to them about circuits, right? I mean, passing of electrons, going from positive to negative and completing the circuit is a very complex thing for a lot of children to understand, right? I mean, we're pretty much getting into the electronic part of it or the physics part of it, right? So I think grade 7 onwards is like a good time to kind of get that. But again, depends on what other exposure that these children have, right? So that is why I always wonder that how is it that starting robotics early, how are those concepts really getting in so far? I mean, there's so much more for children to do before even, kind of jumping into things like robotics and also. Please gauge the kind of background that these children come from and then pick up topics or concepts, right? That's what I really feel. How can we implement STEM in the foundational stage? Well, pretty much that we've done here. is something that you can scale it down and make it simpler for your children. Scaling down any activity is very, very easy. You'll have to just put in a little bit of your thoughts, but that's very easy kind of to do here, right? Yeah.
So
I
there's
mean,
one more question, yeah. So can you suggest some of the activities that we can help the students to understand the concept of tens and ones in the maths?
again, like the medal tally sheet is a great way to convert that into a tens and ones, right? So the moment you are, I mean, under nine, under 10 is of course like that number, and then when it goes above 10 is when 10 plus one, right? So tens and units you'll have to combine with some concept there, so that's like a fun way to kind of do it with the topic of Olympics. But of course there are so many other ways to do it, but the medal tally sheet could be really converted into a tens and one sheet.
Great, thank you so much, Mrinal.
Yeah. Okay, great, lovely, going so far, great.
Right. So I request our lovely participants, if you have any other questions, we are open for a couple of more minutes. Kindly post your questions into the chat box and we would happy to answer it. Yeah. So there's one very interesting questions that do you think that robotic is going to replace the STEM education in schools?
Well, so I think you're just kind of confused about robotics and STEM. I mean, STEM is very much a part of robotics, right? So, why would STEM replace robotics? Because robotics itself is a amalgamation of so many STEM topics. Remember, STEM again. I'm going to repeat. It's not a subject or like like a field. It's a methodology, right? So, yeah, it can. I mean, robotics includes STEM, is what I'm going to say.
So I guess the lots of participants are asking about that from where we are going to get these activities. So I would like to answer that. So we have a series of a book for the STEM. You can contact to the SAR Education. So we have a series of the books of the STEM from K to 8. So we would like to to offer the books, and we would like to give you the idea, the details about this interesting, engaging the STEM activities. Yeah. All right, I guess we are done with the questions. So, thank you so much, Mrinal. I really want to express our deepest gratitude for the exceptional webinar that you have delivered today. Your commitment to sharing your knowledge with us is truly inspiring. And we are extremely thankful for the time and the efforts you invested in making this session so valuable. So we look forward to the possibilities of your hosting more SAR webinars in the future, as your insights are instrumental in enhancing the knowledge and the skills of our teachers. So thank you so much. Thanks you once again.
Thank you very much, and everybody have a great weekend and a great evening ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. And a big thank you to all our wonderful participants for your active engagement and for keeping the session so lively. So, our feedback form link has been provided in the chat box. To receive your certificate, I request you to kindly fill this form. So, thank you once again, everyone. Have a great evening and a lovely weekend.